Unlimited Softball is presented by Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com. It is moving day here with Athletes Unlimited, day 3 of week 2 here in Rosemont, Illinois. Tonight, first of 2 games, we will have Team Piper taking on Team Vidales. Sure hope you're enjoying your Labor Day weekend with my partner, 2-time Olympian Danielle Laurie. I am Merrick Collins, and here with Athletes Unlimited, we love Mondays. The weekends aren't bad at all, but Mondays, Danielle, that's when we have our most drama.
Well, and you want to win, right? Like, in order to move up that leaderboard, you want to end this weekend on a really good note, moving into the rest of week and practice heading into next weekend. So the importance of getting a good win, getting that good feels is what you want.
Let's take a look at our league overview. This is now the second year of Athletes Unlimited Softball, 60 of the best players in the world. This will be the final time we see these 4 teams the way they look right now, because every Tuesday there's a new draft and new teams are selected. When it's all said and done after 5 weeks, we will have one individual champion, and that champion is decided by who is atop the leaderboard, which is brought to you by Geico.
Well, and it is still Kat Osterman up there with 768 points, and she has won 2 games this weekend with her team, and that's why you see 3 in a row there with Team Orange, Team Osterman, they say. But the importance of winning games will get you up that leaderboard pretty quick.
Haley McClenny currently 6th on the leaderboard. She picked up 11 spots yesterday with a 4-for-5 performance, including a home run.
Don't even get me started on Haley McClenny, all right? I'm up here in the booth sad. I'm never going to get the chance to take the field with her. She is one of the best to ever do it, and I know anytime these women get the opportunity to play with her, they are just ranting and raving at how incredible she is.
All right, let's take a look at Captain Lily Piper's lineup card. This brought to you by Geico. Kelsey Harshman, she's had a nice weekend. She leads things off, followed by Allie Aguilar, DJ Sanders, Quinn Svekis, Alicia Ocasio, not only going to pitch, but she's going to hit in the number 5 hole. Kaylee Clifton is the shortstop. The Captain Piper hits 7th with Amanda Sanchez in the hot corner. And in center field, it's Jasmine Jackson. And defensively, Danielle O'Toole's going to get another crack at it. Much improved performance for her yesterday. She'll throw to Aubrey Monroe. A couple of Washington Huskies left side of the infield with Gano and Sis Bates. Flippin and Vidales on the right side with an outfield of 3 Olympians: Victoria Hayward, Haley McClenny, and Michelle Moultrie. All right, let's talk about Haley McClenny. I'm sorry, about Haley Wagner.
Yeah.
She'll be getting the start.
Yeah, Haley Wagner's actually getting the start today. She's going to throw that ball mid to high 60s. Has that fastball, that curveball, as well as a screw and a rise, drop change. And for her, in order to be really successful, it's when she can get that changeup going at any count. She feels good when she can throw that pitch consistently for a strike.
Wagner currently 30th on the leaderboard. Her 2nd year with Athletes Unlimited. Her 7th year playing professional after a 4-year career spent in the Big Ten, playing for the Michigan Wolverines. This is the 5th appearance and the 2nd start on the season for Haley Wagner. Native of Orange County, California. Former Big Ten Pitcher of the Year in her freshman season back in 2012. She was tabbed as the best that the Big Ten had to offer. Final game that Tori Vidales will be a captain this weekend. Her team is 1 up and 1 down. Had a tough start to the week. Lost 15-1 on Saturday to Team Osterman, but picked themselves up, dusted themselves off, and won yesterday 13-5 over Team Jaquish. Kelsey Harshman leads things off. Harshman, 6 hits and 17 at-bats. Currently 41st out of 60 players on the leaderboard. Lefty-lefty matchup to begin our contest. Here we go. It's going to be a fun evening watching Haley Wagner pitch. Phenomenal competitor. Really gets after it. Two foul balls left side off the bat of Harshman.
And just pumping strikes right out of the gate. Gets a quick 0-2 on 2 pitches. That's the thing, as a pitcher, when you're starting a game, you want to be efficient. You want to find that strike zone right away. Just throw strikes, see what that hitter's doing.
First ball thrown by Wagner. This is an all Big Ten matchup right here. Wagner pitched 4 seasons at Michigan, while Kelsey Harshman was a 4-year standout playing at Wisconsin. Seems like a long time ago, but Haley Wagner, after her freshman year when she was all everything, pitching at Michigan, she had a couple of seasons where she just really struggled because of injuries. Had a back injury, had a shoulder injury. So what you kind of lose as a college player because of injuries and having to miss time, she gained back with now her 7 consecutive seasons playing pro ball. 5 years National Pro Fast Pitch, and now 2 here with Athletes Unlimited. Full count. Softly hit. Sis Bates makes the play.
The second baseman, number 31, Ali Aguilar.
I feel like you get so used to seeing people play positions together. I'm going to miss seeing Sis Bates and Hannah flipping up the middle. Every weekend, it's kind of a new group of women getting drafted on Tuesday nights. Teams are never, ever the same. You start to see the trends of the captains of certain people that they consistently try to draft, but not one team will ever be the exact same week to week.
Ali Aguilar. First 2 pitches missed to Aguilar. 267 batter with a homer and 4 runs batted in. She's 20th on the leaderboard, 20th out of the 60 players. That'll hang on and stay up long enough for Victoria Hayward to make the play. One Husky lines out to another Husky. It's been all Huskies all the time here early in the game. You get Sis Bates, the shortstop, former Washington Husky, and now Ali Aguilar and Victoria Hayward, 2 Huskies. The hit and the catch.
That's a good piece of hitting by Ali Aguilar to stay on plane with that curveball, and that's what makes a lefty pitcher and Haley Wagner so effective, coming from the left side. Lefty-lefty matchups are hard because lefty hitters don't get to see enough southpaws where they feel like they can get consistent reps and feel good. There's a lot more righty pitchers than there are lefties.
Here's DJ Sanders. This is now her 6th game of the season. She has 2 hits on the year, and she's 13th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. Those 2 hits happen to be homers. A 3-run homer and a 2-run homer. So her batting average is not great. She's hitting 143, 2 for 14. But because of the homers and because of the timing of those homers, she's been able to get MVP votes at the end of games and rocket up that leaderboard. Chased a pitch up by her eyeballs and strikes out. Good first inning for Haley Wagner. So, Team Piper, they go 1-2-3. When we come back, Team Vidales heading to the bat rack. It is time to earn points for watching today's broadcast. Take out your phone right now and enter the code on the screen into your Athletes Unlimited app to earn points. Don't have the Athletes Unlimited app? Well, you can head over to Apple App Store or Google Play Store and start earning points to unlock exclusive rewards and stay in the know about all things Athletes Unlimited. Here's the Team Vidales batting order brought to you by Geico. Haley McClenny had a great game yesterday, 4 hits including a homer. Victoria Hayward starting to come alive. The captain, Tori Vidales, Erica Biancastelli, Hannah Flippin, Courtney Gano, a couple of hits yesterday. Michelle Moultrie out in right field, Aubrey Monroe, the catcher, and Sis Bates picking up the rear. That 9 will hit against one of the best pitchers here at Athletes Unlimited, Alicia Ocasio. She has now pitched in every single game that she has played this year. This is now her 6th appearance. She'll throw to Gwen Svekis. It's an infield of Sanchez and Clifton left side, Aguilar, Harshman right side, Sanders, Jackson, and Wadle in the outfield.
And Alicia Ocasio has just been so consistent in the pitching circle. Throws that fastball as well as a curve backdoor and a ton of off speeds. Will throw that mid to high 60s. And why she's been so effective is because she doesn't just throw that regular change. She can throw that off speed drop as well as that off speed curve. She's just been as consistent as can be.
And she can field her position. Truly a 5th infielder when she's in the circle. Haley McClenny, 8 for 17 on the year, batting average of .471. Currently 6th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. Last pitch by Ocasio, 67 miles per hour. Rushing it up there early in the ball game. And she went too far, ball and 2 strikes. In this league of the best, Ocasio actually pitches more frequently than anyone else. Every game this weekend she has pitched, either started or come out of the pen. Same thing you could say a week ago. Made appearances in all 3 of her games. Beautiful pitch. Caught McClenny looking. Out number 1.
I mean, this just has so much movement. You see that little hump to back down. Hits a perfect location on the inside part of the plate. And
all right, so Haley McClenny is retired. Next in line, Victoria Hayward. Swings at the first pitch, little nubber, and it's foul. You know, this portion of the lineup was super effective for Team Vidales yesterday. The 1 through 5 hitters had 11 hits. They scored 11 runs. That's almost heard of. McClenny, Hayward, Vidales, Piancastelli, and Flippin. Oh yeah, Tori Vidales didn't mess with it. Those are 5 of the first 5 batters in today's game as well. Victoria Hayward yesterday was 38th on the leaderboard, but with a good game, she picked up 13 spots, currently 25th on the leaderboard. Hayward stands right on top of that plate. Softly hit right side, Aguilar. And one Washington Husky throws out the other. So in the top of the first inning, Aguilar flied out to Hayward. And out here in the bottom of the first inning, Hayward bounces out to Aguilar. Tit for tat.
Yep, you're surrounded by Huskies, myself included.
Somewhere Heather Tarr smiling. Here's Tori Vidales. Her final day as captain of Team Vidales. Big day for her today, and she's got a chance to be a captain again next week. She's currently 8th on the leaderboard. Danielle, I think one of the reasons why you can pitch Ocasio 3 straight days is it's always against a different team. So it's not like people are getting a look at her and saying, oh, we figured it out. Vidales figures her out, hits a screamer into left field. That's the game's first base hit. 2-out single for Vidales, give her 10 points.
The designated player, number 34, Erica Piancastelli.
Just take a look at kind of where the sun pokes through there. And the infielders are back, especially that right side. Aguilar and Kelsey Harshman at first, as well as Kayla Wadle in right field, are really battling that sun. Probably the hardest part of the day right now. Ali Aguilar constantly has her hand in her face to kind of help shade.
Here's Erica Piancastelli. 5 for 15 with a couple of homers. He had a grand slam yesterday.
She's trying her best. She's got her visor on, but still, it's tough.
3-1. McClenny, Hayward both making outs, but then the single by Vidales. Now Piancastelli. 3 ball, 1 strike count. And a 5-pitch walk.
The second baseman, number 19, Hannah
8 points for a walk, so 8 points for Piancastelli. Runners at first and at second for Hannah Flippin. Hannah smiling for a reason. Had her first 2 hits of the season yesterday. A 2-run homer and a 2-run single.
And this was yesterday's home run. It probably felt so good for her. We all know when you're just like trying to get that hit and the pressure you put on yourself constantly, and to just finally let one loose and get to round the bases.
Flippin went from 42nd on the leaderboard to 24th. Picked up 18 spots. .68 miles per hour. Ocasio, that's about tops for her. Let's see if she comes back with a changeup. Line drive, and I think the sun affected Aguilar. Goes off of her glove. Here comes Vidales, and she'll score standing. That was right into the sun, and Aguilar, in self-defense, put the glove up, just couldn't squeeze.
The third baseman, number 68, Courtney Gano.
It's almost scary.
Yeah. Yeah, Aguilar, we've seen her airtight defensively this year with Athletes Unlimited, but that's a tough chance. So inning points for Team Vidales. They win the first inning. Everyone on their roster gets 10 points for winning the inning. 2 outs, runners on at the corners. Here's Courtney Gano, another Washington Husky. Popped up, shallow center field, it'll drop. A run scores. 2-0 lead for Team Vidales. Gano hit it softly, but to the perfect spot. RBI single for Gano. All this happening with 2 outs.
This just finds the perfect hole to drop into. Piancastelli easily gets in the second run up on the board here for Team Vidales.
Michelle Moultrie takes outside. Just some housekeeping for you. That ball that was hit by Flippin, that line drive to Aguilar, the official score has ruled that that's a base hit for Flippin, so 10 points for her. That also means that without an error to anyone this inning, all of these runs that have scored are earned against Ocasio. So already a negative 20 for Ocasio. Good start for Team Vidales. 2-out rally in the first inning to take the inning. Hit softly right side, Harshman makes the play, but damage done. Team Vidales scores a pair, they take the inning, they lead 2-0. Second season of Athletes Unlimited Softball, but the first with fans, and we'd love to see your smiling face here at the ballpark. Come join us for game day. Tickets still available, auprosports.com/tickets. Still have 3 more weeks of Athletes Unlimited Softball. We play Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays. Monday's always extra special, as final day of the week. And with points on the line, the top 4 players on the leaderboard will be the next week's captains. A lot of moving up and down, and so that builds the drama. With Danielle Laurie, I'm Eric Collins. Second inning, Haley Wagner had a 1-2-3 first inning, retiring Harshman, Aguilar, and Sanders to begin the game. Here's Gwen Svekis. Svekis, Ocasio, and Clifton to bat. Svekis currently 17 on the leaderboard, 17th out of 60 players.
Good.
All right, Danielle, you were perfect yesterday when I was asking you about the footwear of, I don't even remember who it was, Samantha Shaw, I guess it was. Haley Wagner, looks like she's got a black tip on her left shoe. Can you explain that? Popped in the air, right field, sun's a factor. Moultrie with the sunglasses on makes the play.
It's pretty easy, Eric.
Well, maybe not for someone watching out there in Chilliwack.
It is a pitching toe, so pitchers tend to drag whatever their drag foot is. So her drag foot would be her left foot, and if she does not put that like turf toe or cover on it, she'd rip right through her cleats. So a lot of times pitchers have to get their cleats dipped.
So that's actually like professionally dipped. That's not like tape or something like that.
From the angle I got, it looks like it's professionally dipped. She'd rip the tape right off with the turf.
Off the end of the bat, Ocasio. Caught by Flippin. 2 down. Wagner's retired the first 5.
I remember when I was playing back at Washington, I didn't dip my toe and I was done within
Oh my goodness, that wonderful camera work or what?
within like a day my cleats were already, I could feel my foot hit the dirt. Like it literally went right through my cleat. So like I could go through probably 3 cleats in a weekend if they were not dipped. No one can afford that. You gotta get your cleats dipped.
I don't know, that Washington program. Cashing in on that national championship back in the day. Talk about national championships, Kaylee Clifton won a pair. One of the all-time greats at Oklahoma, playing for Patty Gasso. Winning player. Clifton hits it hard right to Gano. Lollipop across the diamond, and the side is retired. Well, Wagner in that fancy shoe only needs 7 pitches to get through the frame. 2-0, Team Vidales. Athletes Unlimited Softball on Fox Sports is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. So far through an inning and a half, the sun here in Rosemont, Illinois has been the factor.
Is it the sun really reflective off the turf?
I mean, this sun could not be in a more difficult place right now.
Yeah!
Oh my God, I literally, like, I cannot see. Like, I cannot see. Can't see over here.
It's so bad,
I can't.
That's Kelsey Harshman wearing a microphone, and she was having a conversation with Tori Vidales, both first basemen dealing with that sun. First baseman, second baseman, and right fielders, for the most part, just blinded through the first inning and a half, and that contributed directly to a run being scored. We see Ali Aguilar. She's got the sunglasses at second base, but she's not wearing them. This one flipped over Aguilar's head, and that's a single leading off the second inning for Aubrey Monroe. Why would there ever be a hesitancy to wear the sunglasses?
Some people just maybe aren't used to them on the field, and it's just they're not comfortable putting them on underneath their visor. A lot of different things. Sun's pretty close here to setting where I think she should be okay. It's honestly more so the right fielder. They get the brunt of it. Kayla Wadle out there in right field is going to be wearing that sun for probably one more inning, and then it should go down.
Here's Sis Bates. Now, virtually every softball or baseball field worth its salt is going to have the sun field being right field at this time of day, twilight. The reason for that is baseball fields and softball fields, the orientation is usually northeast. Bunt laid down by Bates. Good play by Sanchez. Tosses it to Aguilar covering. That is a 5-4 put out. Give Bates the sacrifice and 10 points.
Love this camera angle right here. Amanda Sanchez just scoops this up all the way. Has to make a quick throw, knowing Sis Bates has some speed.
Runner on second. One out. Here's Haley McClenny. Just finishing off that thought about the orientation of baseball and softball fields, because it's always facing towards the northeast. One of the words that's come out of that is southpaw. On the ground softly, Aguilar throws out McClenny. A left-handed pitcher, when she is standing on the pitcher's plate, her left arm is facing due south. That's why they were called southpaws back in the day. The term southpaw comes because of the orientation of softball fields, northeast.
I love that. Check it as another thing that I learned from Eric Collins in the day. All the nuggets.
I'll check back with you next week just to make sure you get committed to memory. Sometimes your memory is, that's why it's great working with you. I can tell you one story one week, I tell you the exact same thing next week, and it's new to you.
No, that's not accurate.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That is not accurate. I could say the same about you.
Hayward, little sneak attack. Oh my goodness, everybody safe. Harshman did a pirouette and missed the runner coming home from third. What a wonderful play by Victoria Hayward, and that means Team Vidales has won another inning.
Well, and this is just perfect situation. Monroe has a lot of speed. Victoria Hayward has a lot of speed. It's not a normal squeeze situation because you do have 2 outs. But Vic put it in the perfect place, challenged the defense, had Kelsey Harshman thinking, and came up clutch.
I always say that Victoria Hayward knows the scoring system here with Athletes Unlimited better than anyone. She may know the game better than anyone else. That was just a phenomenal softball play. Basically stole a run for Team Vidales. And she's rewarded for it. She gets 10 points for the single, and she gets 10 points, as does everyone on Team Vidales, for winning an inning. That was a 20-point play for Victoria Hayward. And now she's going for 10 more points. Stolen base at second for Hayward. She's piling them up here in the second inning.
Victoria Hayward. 10 more for number 1 in blue.
Just gets her foot in there with a ton of time.
Oh, there's her parents. I've seen that before.
Her brother's there as well in the Canada top, Christian. And I know how much it means to have your family in the stands, especially the Olympians that were just in Tokyo, not having any family.
Lily Piper is the captain of Team Piper, and her team's already down 3-0, and she wanted some clarification about something. Every captain has a couple of captain's challenges to use if they want, and that wasn't what that was about. All right, we play on. Tori Vidales. Foul tipped into the catcher's glove. Good job by Svekis to squeeze it, and the side is retired. But Team Vidales, they steal another inning. They lead 3-0. The third is next. Haley McClenny and Team Vidales a 3-0 lead over Team Piper as we play the third inning. Haley McClenny continues to be just a magnificent center fielder. We saw it last year.
She
well, center field, a lot of wind. Will stay in the ballpark. Oh my!
She's just been able to come up and make such good plays. I remember seeing a couple off of Samantha Shao. She made one off of Jessie Warren last year. Just the full-on layout, gives it all she has, and this was last night. And I also remember hearing her say after the game, that wasn't a good catch. It was amazing, yes. She took a back step first, and she knows it. Nobody else knows that. It was phenomenal, and that's why she still is the best. But you love it that she just takes ownership, like, yeah, stop telling me that was a good catch. That wasn't a good catch. I was like, it was kind of a good catch to me. It looked good on TV.
Lily Piper bounces it to short. Bates skips it over to first. Nice dig by Vidales. Out number 1.
Third baseman, number 22, Vidales Sanchez.
We've seen that from Sis Bates. She will intentionally use that turf. That was thrown down on the ground intentionally to try and get it over to Vidales as quickly as possible.
And that was definitely a good scoop by Tori Vidales. And you know, when you are playing on those turf fields, I know some of our infielders did it a lot when we were in Tokyo for the Olympics, and it was the turf fields that you can get more giddy up behind the ball. And our shortstop had a good arm, but she didn't have like a plus rocket arm, so she had to go deep in the hole. She would throw kind of a one hop to Jen Selling at first to just give it more momentum behind that throw. That turf just gives you almost like the perfect hop in your mitt.
Haley Wagner has faced 7 batters. She's retired them all. Amanda Sanchez has a good hitters count, 3-0. Well, fans, not sure if you've heard, but if you join us in person at the ballpark, you can get an exclusive NFT. It's a free Athletes Unlimited digital collectible. All you have to do is be here in person and scan the QR code. We'll roll out a new limited edition NFT each weekend this season. Collect all 5 and unlock a special offer. Get your tickets and start collecting. Sanchez, 36th on the leaderboard. 2 for 10 on the season with a homer. Played at both Missouri and LSU. Popped up. Moultrie makes the play. It's now 9, make that 8 in a row, retired by Haley Wagner. Take a look at the leaderboard, brought to you by Geico. Kat Osterman and Randy Rupp, 1-2 in the points. They won't play until later on this evening, but there is a chance that Randy Rupp, who is in her 2nd season with Athletes Unlimited and had an up and down season a year ago, she's had a chance to be a captain. If you finish in the top 4 points, you are one of the 4 captains on a given week. And will that stay fair? It's going to stay fair. How about that? Jasmine Jackson with some good softball karma. Ball stays fair, and she's got herself 10 points with a single.
So much spark in that 9 spot. Able to drop that bunt, perfect placement.
So that's the first base runner allowed by Haley Wagner. Yeah, we already had 1 no-hitter this year. Kat Osterman threw it last weekend. Kelsey Harshman. There's Kat. It's a cat and a dog. I guess they do get along. Rarely do you see a cat and a dog get along so famously. Maybe a stolen base opportunity for Jasmine Jackson. She's got good speed. Stolen bases are worth 10 points. Well, if Jackson does decide to run, Aubrey Moreau's got a cannon behind home plate. Usually throws from her knees and sometimes spins like a top when she gets down to second. Into right field, hit well. Moultrie makes the play. So Harshman hit it right on the screws, but to the wrong person. Moultrie lost her sunglasses, but hangs on to the ball. We play 2.5, 3-0, Team Vidales. Pretty sweet stuff here. We're back with our second of its kind limited edition softball set. Sets feature 60 player cards and 5 additional specialty cards that highlight stand-up moments from the league. Sets are $19.99 and available to purchase now through September 30th at Topps.com. This is the only opportunity to purchase these trading cards. Get yours today. What a play! Amanda Sanchez robs Erica Piancastelli, and that's how we start the bottom of our 3rd inning.
Second baseman, number 19, Hannah Flippin.
Don't even try it. Amanda Sanchez up to the task.
It's a great angle here, a little off-speed pitch. Sanchez knows if she doesn't get that, it's going to go right through the 5-6 hole. It's a great layout.
Here's Hannah Flippin. She's really turned her season around over the last couple of days. Flippin had 2 hits yesterday, 4 runs batted in. She singled in a run her last time up. And scored the first run of the game and helped Team Vidales win the inning. Right side, fairly deep, Kayla Wadle makes the play. 2 down, 3 in a row retired now by Alicia Ocasio. She has not had a 1-2-3 inning yet.
The third baseman, number 68, Courtney Dano.
Here's Courtney Gano. Gano, 2 hits yesterday, 1 already today. Aggressive, swings to the first pitch and fouls it back. And Gano is one of those players, grew up in a softball family from Southern California, played in the Pac-12 at Washington, and was looking to play somewhere professionally and found it actually overseas in Italy. Spent some time playing professionally in Italy, enjoyed it over there, came back to the States, played National Pro Fast Pitch here in Chicago with the Bandits. And after taking last year off, she's back at it, her first go-around with Athletes Unlimited. High pop-up, home run in a phone booth. Who wants it? Catch is made by Kaylee Clifton. It is a 7-pitch inning for Alicia Ocasio. Alicia Ocasio is A-OK. Top of the 4th inning here in Rosemont, Illinois. So far, so good for Team Vidales. They lead Team Piper 3-0. And this half inning, we're going to talk to the captain of Team Vidales, Tori Vidales, playing first base right now. Hey, Tori, 3rd day over this long weekend of being the captain and calling the shots. Have you enjoyed being a captain, or is it too stressful?
It is definitely stressful. I think Pipe said it best. I asked her how her first day of practice went, and she said, you know, it's a little weird. You get into the huddle and everyone's looking at you for the answers, and you're just like, I don't know, you figure it out.
I was gonna ask, like, how you make those decisions with who's gonna pitch. Like, do you ask them, or is it like ultimately you're saying, hey, I want you to go? Are you good? You good to go?
I think for me, I originally, like, day one was like, hey, I want to make this a group effort. I think there's so much softball knowledge between the entire team, so the more we can, good pitch, the more we can use that and kind of put all of our brains together, the better. For me, like, obviously I'm not a pitcher. I don't know the best way to handle a staff, so, you know, I gave all the pitchers the option to kind of handle that on their own, and they've done a great job to be able to kind of stay in it, create matchups. Good pitch! And it's worked out, so I've enjoyed it, that part, because I didn't really have to do much. Delegate, and then it works out.
What's it been like playing with all these different Olympians? Like, you play competitively against each other, now you have to play on the same team as some of them. What's that like?
Good pitch! I honestly love it. You know, for so long you play against them, and they're all so good, and it's finally to a point where you can root for them instead of against them. And not necessarily that you're rooting against them all the time, but you're rooting for your team. Good! And so finally I get to root for them and want them to do well on my team, and it's just like a full circle moment. Great job. Yummies!
Aguilar strikes out. That's the first out here in our 4th inning. Tori, I like to hear stories about the love of the game, and obviously you clearly love the game. You were willing to spend part of your year over in Taiwan just so you could play professionally. Can you tell us about that experience, why you chose to do that?
Ooh, that was close. Yeah, so actually during COVID in, I think it was May, Kelly Barnhill, a friend of mine, actually was over there already playing and said that they needed a hitter. So she said, hey, do you want to come play? Good pitch! And so I was like, hey, you know what? I'm sitting at home anyways, not doing anything. Might as well go get some reps before AU. And it turned out to be really awesome. I had a great experience, and tried some new foods and met some new people. Court! It was really cool. And then I ended up going back after AU last season. Great job. 2.
Tori, what's it like finally being able to have fans in the stands in comparison to last year?
Oh my gosh. So funny story. The first game day, I pulled up and I'm like, man, what is this parking lot doing so full? I can't find a spot anywhere. And then I remembered, oh my gosh, we have fans. And so the first day when we came out, it was like a whole new ball game, like legit. Just having fans bringing energy for you. I feel like last year we had to kind of manufacture some of that energy ourselves, and this year it's nice to, you know, have the crowd reaction to a well-hit ball and have the cheers and not necessarily boos, but that would be cool too sometimes. But just the energy that they bring, and they're so excited, and they're so excited to meet the players afterwards, and just an all-around good experience. Great obs!
Tori Vidales, we've had a lot of fun watching you this weekend and making the decisions, and congratulations on being a captain, and keep on keeping on, okay?
Thank you so much.
Perfect initials. Tori Vidales, she is magic on TV. She's actually got a bright future on TV. She is a rising star as an analyst during the college softball season. Good inning for Haley Wagner. What's new? Another 1-2-3 frame. It is a 3-0 lead for Team Vidales. Athletes Unlimited Softball is presented by Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com. Bottom of the 4th inning, it has been all Team Vidales. They lead 3-0 over Team Piper. Should Team Vidales score a run this inning, it will be 20 points for winning the inning. No one scored in the 3rd inning, so the 10 points assigned to that inning have rolled over here into the 4th. Closing the book on yesterday's game 10, those were your MVPs. Haley McClenny had a monster day with 4 hits and a homer. She took home 60 points for being MVP 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. Michelle Moultrie is retired. Humpback liner to the shortstop, Clifton. Not a line drive, a humpback line drive. Here's Aubrey Monroe. Monroe caught Alicia Ocasio as a college player, both Florida Gators. On the ground, bounced foul. Just foul. Would have been extra bases for Monroe. Oh, I'm sure there's someone out there, maybe in Chillicothe, Ohio, maybe in Chilliwack out in British Columbia, but I'm sure there's someone out there who has been wondering about Alicia Ocasio and the 2 fingers that she has sticking out of her glove. Sometimes you see players with 1 finger out, sometimes none, but I've never seen 2 before. I talked to Alicia earlier today, and there's a reason for that. It's kind of a new thing. She was playing for the Pride a couple of months ago, and while she was batting, she's a 2-way player, she was squaring to bunt, and the ball rode in on her, and the middle finger on her left hand got hit, and she said it just busted it up, and she had to have stitches and had a bandage on it, and so she still wanted to play. She's a gamer, tougher than woodpecker lips. There's a strikeout of Aubrey Monroe, 2 down. So in order to play, she had to have some way of getting that bandaged finger inside of her glove. It wouldn't fit in, so she pulled it out of her glove, and that's how she's doing it now. And now that she's all healed, it still feels natural to have 2 fingers out. And so she's going to keep doing it for a while.
And it hasn't affected how she's pitched at all, that's for sure. Little change up to Monroe, gets the big strikeout. But you just love hearing all those little stories, and like I was very curious too. I'm happy you went and asked her, because it slipped my mind, but that's why we're a team.
Well, years ago, there was a guy named Hawk Harrelson who played Major League Baseball, and a big golfer, and he played 27 holes of golf during the morning and had to go to a baseball game and play, and his hands were blistered, and so he wore his golf club while he played baseball, and that's the origin of the batting glove. Just covering up an injury, it worked. Look at Ocasio. Did she? You bet! Oh, that's a defensive play and a half. The 5th infielder, Alicia Ocasio, makes the play. Sis Bates is out, and the inning is over. Very few players in the world can make a play like that, but Ocasio sure as heck can. And don't go anywhere. They have an opportunity for a captain's challenge that's maybe used.
I don't even know where to start with this. Wow. Wow. So good on that replay to me. Looks like I saw foot get in there first, and I like that we do have that instant replay, but that is a heck of a play by Alicia Ocasio.
The call on the field is out. We do have a replay official who can overturn it if there's a captain's challenge. And this is a coach's challenge. Rachel Palmer, our replay official, is going to make the final verdict.
Upon further review, we are reversing the call. The runner got in before the catch.
Okay, thank you. Well, so it still was a heck of a play by Ocasio. So the inning continues. That's an important decision for Sis Bates. That gives her 10 points on a single. That's her second hit of the season.
The call on the field was reversed on appeal. Sis Bates is ruled safe at first base. At the bottom of the fourth
So Alicia Ocasio will have to go back out to the circle and get out number 3. And I'm here to tell you she'd rather be in the dugout right now, because now she's going to have to face one of the best hitters in the world in Haley McClenny. McClenny 0 for 2. That means she's due. Some things you guess at, other things you just know. McClenny doesn't make 3 straight outs very often. One ball, one strike.
Still can't get over that play, though. Just the way she was able to take that ball, just picked it up right off the turf.
Yeah,
So
spent 5
good.
minutes talking about her glove, and she didn't need her glove. Shows you what I know. 2-1. Three and one. Ocasio thought she was back in the dugout. Now all of a sudden she's in a dicey situation. 5-pitch walk to McClenny. 8 points for McClenny. First time she's been aboard in today's ball game. That's the second walk allowed by Ocasio. Her first walk was to Bianca Stelli in the first inning. Bianca Stelli came around to score. Victoria Hayward, RBI single last time up, laid down a bunt and drove in a run. Aggressive hitter. Ball one. If you look closely at Victoria Hayward, she's always making a point of keeping her chin right on her front shoulder. I'm sure you've noticed that over the years, Danielle. Always basically rubbing her face mask against her right shoulder. Down the left field line, DJ Sanders makes the play, and no damage done. After a 2-out single by Bates and then the walk to McClenny, Hayward flies out, and the side is retired. No damage done to Ocasio. Welcome back, everyone. Haley Wagner back in that circle where she has been dynamic. Wagner already with 68 points next to her name. She has allowed just one base runner.
Leading off the top of the fifth for Team Piper, the pitcher, number 8, Alicia Ocasio.
We've made it to the 5th inning. Alicia Ocasio batting against Wagner. Misses on the bunt attempt. It'll be Ocasio, Clifton, and Piper. Piper, the captain. Batting here in the 5th inning. changeup a beauty.
Haley Wagner giving Alicia Ocasio a little taste of her own medicine. Back-to-back changeups. Knowing Ocasio is that off-speed pitcher, does fool a lot of hitters with her off-speed, and Haley Wagner's returning the favor.
Softly right side, fair ball. Vidales wins the race to the bag.
The shortstop, number 20, Clifton.
Now the beat continues. Wagner has a chance to go the complete game. She hadn't even thrown 50 pitches yet. She's currently at 48 pitches to make it through the first out here in the 5th inning. Now, just in case Tara Novello is getting loose. But no signs of duress at all for Haley Wagner.
Well, we saw Tara Novello come into a game this weekend and do significantly better than starting a game. And there really is a difference, right? Coming into games, that adrenaline is already there, that pressure feel is already there, and sometimes starting games, you have to learn how to create that energy for yourself. And I thought she pitched great when she came into the game and struggled a little bit when she had started. There is a difference between the two. And every weekend, it's constantly changing what your role is as a pitcher. It's never consistent that you're going to be that everyday starter. You might be coming into games and you just have to evolve as a pitcher and roll with the punches.
Line fair! Extra bases for Clifton. She's rocketing around first, on her way to second. She'll make it standing. 20 points for Kaylee Clifton, and she's in scoring position with 1 out.
She just turns on this pitch so quick. It's a game of inches, just finds a way to sneak in there. Victoria Hayward cuts it off as best she can, but that's a sure double for Kaylee Clifton.
And Team Piper, they need something. They're down 3-0. They have not won an inning so far today. This is the 3rd and final day of week 2. Moving day. You need points. 30 points are on the line this inning. Whichever team wins this inning, everyone on the roster gets 30 points. Here's the captain, Piper. Piper was 4th on the leaderboard coming into this week. She's currently 10th. She dropped just a couple of spots. Showing bunt. Wagner plays it first, and the play is made. Good job by Flippin to extend and make the catch, and that's out number 2.
That's such a good play by Hannah Flippin. We saw this same thing happen with Kelsey Harshman. Remember when the runner came and crashed into the glove and the ball got knocked? But Hannah Flippin was in the perfect position to lay that tag and get her glove hand out of the way as soon as possible.
Let's listen to that. That's one of the reasons why that double bag is so important. I love the fact that Athletes Unlimited plays with that double bag. All right, it's going to go as a sacrifice for Piper. So Piper actually gets 10 points for moving Clifton from 2nd over to 3rd. Amanda Sanchez going for the downs.
Lily Piper is a sneaky bunt queen. I think she was already planning that, even if there was a runner on base or not. She always just finds a way to drop that bunt, try to catch as the defense off guard.
Is there anyone who's got good enough vision who could look at Wagner when she's spinning that ball in her left hand and figure out what she's going to throw before she throws it?
I don't think so, no. Unless you have like go-go gadget eyes, but most...
Would you even try?
No.
Like when you're standing in the dugout, would anyone try and decipher that? Most people always keep the ball in the glove for the reason of deception, not letting people see it.
I mean, it just totally depends. She may grab and grip the ball the exact same every single pitch, and that's just her way of...
Sanchez is going to reach. That's be 8 points for Sanchez the hard way, hit with a pitch.
It's that screwball that she throws that will tail into a left-handed hitter, and it just gets her. And you hate that as a pitcher. When you're 0-2, like the last thing you're trying to do is to just brisk someone in the shin. Like if you're going to nail him, you either want to nail him or not.
And just let it be said that you're the one who started talking about hitting batters. I didn't egg you on into saying
you did
that.
last night.
That's
You
just
did last
you
night.
went there on your own. Runners on at first and at third. A lot of options right now for Team Piper. Here's Jasmine Jackson. Skies it in the air. It's going to be playable for Hayward. And Wagner gets out of it. Team Piper leaves a pair. Shutout still cooking for Hayward. We're with Jasmine Jackson here as we play the bottom of the fifth inning. Jasmine, you look like you're still a little bit chapped. You made the last out last inning. It was a hittable pitch, you thought?
Oh man, that's the one I wanted. I just didn't do what I wanted to do with it. Got none.
What's Wagner doing? She looks like she's really good today.
Yeah, I think, actually I've only seen 2 pitches now that I didn't think about it. Her changeup looks really good right now. Come on, Sanj. Atta baby! Sorry, yeah. But I mean, she's throwing it there. We're on her, nothing's dropping. We're trying to wake up our bats. Not us, we're putting a swing on her. We just gotta wake these bats up a little bit. It's not us, obviously. Yeah, Lee!
It's not you.
It's not us.
Jasmine, what's it been like playing with Lily Piper's team?
Oh my gosh, it has been so much fun. Kind of like a random group, we thought. But we were like, you know what? And, atta baby! We were like, if we buy in, we can do anything. And we got, atta baby D! And we came up with the Purple Unicorns, and it's just been all in. It has been like the most fun team out of 2 seasons I've ever been on.
Wow.
Oh, I love that.
That's great stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to play How Well Do You Know Your Teammate with you. You're next to DJ Sanders. You've been next for all weekend long.
Yeah.
Do you know what DJ stands for?
Of course, Donnie Janae.
Oh, I thought you were going to have to ask her.
Easy. Easy. Oh, that's a strike. You see that? Anyways.
What's it like on draft day? Obviously, that's tomorrow. Do you pay attention? Are you sweating it out? Do you have any idea who's going to take you?
You know what? I've never been privileged enough to have an idea of who's going to take me, but my number one thing, and being on the PEC, in the beginning, we're like, should we have a couple undrafted? I said, nope, everybody needs to be drafted, so I am not sweating at all. I know I'm going to be on a team. I just can't wait for, to be on that team and take my opportunities as they come.
It's been fun to actually watch Lily Piper be a captain. We get to know her a little bit more this week. The personalities come out even more.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the great things about Athletes Unlimited is the chance for every player to kind of have their moment in the sun.
Ball, 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 ball. Oh my gosh.
And there's your moment in the sun. Good work, Jasmine Jackson.
I knew if we were talking I was going to get a ball. That always happens.
The microphone's a magnet. Jasmine, thank you. We'll take a timeout. 6th inning's next.
In the 6th inning. So let's take a look quickly.
Sis Bates, rookie shortstop for Team Vidales. Sis Bates and Team Vidales a 3-0 lead as we play the 6th inning. All players with AU were asked to talk about self-belief, a time of reflection, and how it affected their career. Let's hear from number 96, Sis Bates.
It was my sophomore year of high school. I started playing on a new travel ball team, and it was far from home. It was like a big transition for me, and that was like the hardest moment in my career. I felt like I wanted to quit softball, so I needed to really dig deep and start competing and start doing the things that I needed to do for the team. But in that moment, I just felt so helpless. So after that, I started to get confidence through my preparation and how I prepared for the games and what I was doing outside of practice, and that really helped me a lot. So, and now I'm here, so crazy.
Oh, look at Bates, heads up plate. That was Believe You Will, presented by Guaranteed Rate. I remember when Sis Bates was a college player at University of Washington, played on the left side of the infield with Taylor Van Zee, and just the joy and the energy that they played with. You just got the sense that they never were going to lose just because the game was meant to be won by them because they wanted it and enjoyed it so much. That was one of the things that I'll always take away about Sis Bates.
Yeah, those two, Taylor Van Zee and Sis Bates together, were so much fun to watch. And I remember hearing stories of Sis Bates back on her travel ball days with her and her dad driving 6+ hours one way to go to practice and come back. And at times it's kind of crazy to think the sacrifices you make to be elite in this game, but not just you, your parents, right? Her dad's. Well. And she said she would try to get all her homework done and just be able to have a snooze in the car. She would drive overnight to get to practice with her dad. And I'm gonna start preparing my kids now for all the thank yous they owe me.
On the ground, Harshman bounce it to Vidales. There's out number 1. Well, just as a dad of 2 daughters, I'm here to tell you, if I had to drive my daughter 6 hours, I would happily do it. Sometimes that's some of the best part of my week, getting a chance to be in a car. You know, because frequently they're like, see you, Dad, I'm going here, I'm going there.
Yeah.
But if I had to drive my daughter 6 hours any direction, I'd do it just because that's quality time. So I can see why her dad wanted to spend time with sis. Here's Ali Aguilar. Aguilar 0 for 2, a rare strikeout for her last time up. What's been the best thing that Haley Wagner has done in the circle today?
She has just been hitting great spots.
Goes off of Aguilar's leg.
Like, she's been able to own that inside part of the plate with that backdoor curve and that screwball, and this is her screwball on the inside part of the plate, and that's a solid location. She's snapped that off-speed pitch off a bunch and has kept these hitters off balance, thrown that lefty curveball away from the lefties.
Athletes Unlimited Softball on Fox Sports is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. Wonderful pitching performance by Haley Wagner. She has been known to go the distance 3 times last season. She threw complete games. Another strikeout. Wagner gets Aguilar for the 2nd time. I bet Aguilar won't strike out 2 times in the game for the rest of the season.
Well, and I tell you, those lefty-lefty matchups are harder than righty-lefty matchups. Left-handed hitters just don't get to see enough lefties to where they feel confident stepping into the batter's box all the time. The lefty hitter will tell you all day they would much rather face a righty in the circle than see that curveball away from them. She's just been continuing to get better and better as this game has gone on. 2nd time through the lineup, she's been phenomenal.
Wagner's been striking out more batters this year than she had last season. She's got 3 strikeouts so far through the first 5 2/3, and now she's going to face a left-handed pinch hitter. Sasha Palacios comes on. Palacios hitting in DJ Sanders' spot. Team Piper running out of time. They've only got 4 more outs to work with. They have not won an inning, and they have not scored. Hard foul.
A lot of rollover inning points on the line here in the 6th. We have 40 total points. No one has scored since the 2nd inning. That's a lot. So you think of the importance of winning games, you receive 50 points, but winning innings you get 10, and when you have them all bunched up together, 40 points on the line, it's as if you're giving everyone on the team a home run.
Just to give you a sense of what might happen for Haley Wagner. Every out that a pitcher records, they get 4 points. She's got 17 outs, so that means 68 points. She's not given up an earned run, so there's no negatives. Nothing's being taken away from it. If she can get the shutout going, she's going to get MVP 1. No doubt about that. That's an extra 60 points. Plus all the inning wins, plus all of the game win, which will be 50 points. This is going to be one of the best performances in the history of this league. And it couldn't happen to someone who cares more about this league than Haley Wagner. Wagner played on a lot of dusty fields, playing National Pro Fast Pitch for 5 years. Won 30 games in that 5-year window, trying to keep her pro career alive. All for this moment here. Athletes Unlimited Softball. Look at that. Zeros thrown up on the board by Wagner. Only 2 hits allowed. Bunt single by Jasmine Jackson in the 3rd, and a double by Kaylee Clifton in the 5th. Palacios looks locked in.
That's all you can ask for from a pinch hitter, right? Just stepping into the batter's box, having a good at-bat, fouling off lots of pitches. This is a great angle, that lefty curveball away.
Ninth pitch of the at-bat. Got her! Back-to-back strikeouts for Wagner. She's got 4 strikeouts and 6 shutout innings. Bottom of the 6th when we return. It has been a fun game, really quick pitchers duel. 3-0 lead for Team Vidales. As we take a look at our Geico defensive play of the game, it features Amanda Sanchez.
This was a heck of a play. Not only does Sis Bates add a lot of pressure, she's so fast. You know that Amanda Sanchez has to throw this ball quick, and she does. That is your Geico defensive play of the game, presented by the one and only Geico.
At the end of the season, we'll be awarding the Geico Defensive Player of the Year. This Athletes Unlimited award will come with an added $5,000 bonus for the winner. Last year's winner was Haley McClenny. New left fielder playing right now for Team Piper. It is Sierra Bryan. Bottom of the 6th inning, a whole bunch of points on the line. No one scored in the 3rd, 4th, or 5th, so this is a 40-point inning should Team Vidales score. Courtney Gano, RBI single in the 1st inning, popped out to short in the 3rd. Gano looked a little bit lost first week of action, but she's been locked in here in week 2.
There is her son, Greggy. Got to meet him today. All the baby fever in the world, just looking after him for a little bit.
Chased the pitch out of the strike zone. That is now strikeout number 4 for Ocasio. First out here in the 6th. Here's your leaderboard, powered by Geico. Kat Osterman continues to lead the charge. She will be the starting pitcher in the 2nd game that we'll have on this field later today. It will be Team Osterman versus Team Jaquish. Team Jaquish looking for their first win of the weekend. Here's Moultrie. 0 for 2, humpback liners to first and to short. Team Vidales scored 2 times in the 1st inning. They scored twice with 2 outs. And a ball that was hit to the second baseman Aguilar. And Aguilar dealing with the sun. That was a huge factor in that inning. Team Vidales scored another run in the 2nd inning. That run scoring when Victoria Hayward laid down a bunt with a runner on the 3rd, and a little bit of chaos ensued. And Aubrey Monroe sliding home to score. It's been 3-0 since the 2nd inning. Two balls and 2 strikes. A couple of Florida Gators here. Ocasio and Moultrie. On deck, another Gator, Aubrey Monroe. And even though she's on deck, and there's only 1 out, she's still got her catcher shin guards on. Does that tell me she knows she's going to get pinch hit for? Oh, what a play by Harshman. Sticks out the glove, makes the play. So Moultrie is now lined out to 3 different infielders here in this ball game. There are now 2 outs. Two down, bases clear. Here's Aubrey Monroe. She quickly takes off her shin guards, and now she'll bat. Member of Team USA. Ocasio giving up those 3 runs. They were all earned. And she's still very much a net positive because of all the outs that she's recorded. She has recorded 17 outs, which is plus 68. She's given up 3 runs, which are each a negative 10. So 68 minus 30. She's still a plus 38 on the day as a pitcher.
Well, and besides that Sun inning with the ball that went to Aguilar, like that was just an unfortunate situation where some runs scored with that. But besides that, I mean, Ocasio has still been nails in the circle and has done what she normally does. It gets hitters out, uses that off speed a ton.
Great inning by Ocasio. She may be getting stronger. She is now retired 7 in a row. The 7th is next in Rosemont. Nothing. Team Vidales pitching a shutout on top of Team Piper. We reached the 7th inning. For every run scored during this year's Athletes Unlimited softball season, aspiration is planting 100 trees. Back in the first inning, a couple of runs scored. Over 36,000 trees were planted in 2020, and heading into today, over 9,600 trees have been planted this season thanks to aspiration support of rounding the bases. 2 runs scored in that first inning. 1 run scored in the second inning for Team Vidales.
I'm obsessed with these Hyper Ice tools. I bought 2 of them last year after trying them out in that dome. And it helped me. It helped this old lady out a ton in this Olympic run, Eric.
Was one like a regular size and one a mini, or
I did. I
need 2?
Because one was 1 pound and the other one was 5. So that's the regular size that I got. And then I bought the mini, which is 1 pound. It could go in my purse. Great little one to bring on the plane.
First ball swinging, Gwen Svekis, 2-hopper to Vidales, who needs a glove. I think that ball had some funky spin on it, and it went right into her right hand. Good job by Tori Vidales. TV Tori Vidales. All right, Team Piper's in trouble. Here's Alicia Ocasio, 0 for 2. She's on the hook for the loss unless her team can rally. Right back up the middle. Solid single for Ocasio. 10 points for Alicia. So she adds to the cause with a bat in her hands after pitching wonderfully in today's ball game. That's just the 3rd hit allowed by Wagner. Jasmine Jackson, a single in the 3rd inning. A double by Kaylee Clifton in the 5th. And now that single by Ocasio here in the 7th. Ocasio sitting on 52 points for her ball game without her team winning any innings or any of that kind of stuff. 52 stat points for Ocasio because of her work in the circle and in the batter's box. Here's Clifton, called strike 1. Unless Team Piper can score a run here, the game will end. We won't need to play the bottom of the 7th inning. All of the inning points would be awarded to Team Vidales if Team Piper does not score. If Team Piper scores a run, we will play the bottom of the 7th inning. And we played knowing that Team Vidales will have won the game, but we will play just to see who win the inning points.
And there's a lot of inning points on the line, so the importance of making sure they'd get a crack at it if Team Piper scored in this inning. And there's 3 different ways that you're going to earn points in this league. It's going to be those team wins. It's going to be those individual stats, meaning your own performance. And then you're going to get those MVP points. And those are the 3 ways that you move up that leaderboard pretty quick. But it ultimately comes down to wins more than anything. Like when I take a look at that leaderboard and I see it broken down from wins to stats to MVP, Kat has 768 points, but 540 of them have come from winning games. So You want to be on those teams that are able to win because you know that's what's going to boost you up there the most.
Wagner gets the benefit of the doubt. It's now full, 3-2. After pitching magnificently, home plate umpire says, you know what, that pitch was close enough. You've earned it. So it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ocasio, the runner on at first. She can fly. Softly hit left field line, that'll get down. Single for Clifton. Ocasio on her way to third. Clifton taking a chance, and she's safe at second. That is big. Kaylee Clifton taking an extra 60 feet when no one is watching.
And I like this heads up base running by Alicia Ocasio. Hesitated a little bit, but the outfielders were in no doubles, which meant they were way back in the warning track, which gave enough time because Victoria Hayward had to run in to get that ball in left field. If she was in proper position, I think she catches that all day, but because you want to play no doubles, you do not want that run from first to score home. That's why all the outfielders were back near the warning track.
That's officially scored a double and 20 points for Kaylee Clifton. So she's got doubles in each of her last 2 plate appearances. And now this inning is very much in doubt for Haley Wagner. Here's the captain, Lily Piper. Infield's in all the way around. Quality strike. No. A ball outside. I thought that Wagner got the outer edge. In a normal circumstance in a softball game, 3-run lead and 2 runners on, you would not play the infield in. This is not the appropriate softball play, but in Athletes Unlimited, it is, because you want to win every single inning.
Yeah, you have the infield that is in a position where if they field the ball, they can throw Ocasio out at home.
If this was just a regular professional game or a college game or international game, if you're leading by 3, you wouldn't care about the runner on at third. You wouldn't even care about the runner at second. It's all about the batter, but not in Athletes Unlimited.
You see Alyssa Denham up in the bullpen.
Forever in blue jeans. Piper. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's the first of 2. We still have Osterman and Jaquish duking it out. That'll be a 10 Eastern time start. Wagner'd love a strikeout. Into center field, this will score a run. McClenny makes the play. Ocasio tags and scores. Clifton moves over to third. That's the first run of the game scored by Team Piper.
It's a great tag by Alicia Ocasio. Clutch hitting by Lily Piper. Just doing enough. Score that run, knowing the importance of someone crossing home plate with 40 points on the line.
Every moment counts here with Athletes Unlimited, and this is no more the case than what we're seeing here. The desperation in which Team Piper is going to try and just get a run for the first time, because this inning is worth 50 points. Winning this inning gets as many points for Team Piper as whoever wins this entire game.
And that's when she was trying to tie this ball game up.
Amanda Sanchez, last time up, was down in the count 0-2 and was hit by a pitch.
Guys, do you hear that echo? Do you hear that echo out there?
So with that run scored by Team Piper, we are assured of playing a bottom of the 7th inning. We have inning points on the line. Infield defense actually has moved back now. So a bouncing ball to the shortstop, Bates, or the second baseman Flippin, and they won't go home. They'll go first, and so I'm assuming that Clifton understands that. She'll be coming home no matter what. Inside that counter again. Sanchez is hit for the second consecutive time. 8 points for her the hard way.
It's kind of a deja vu of her last at bat. And she goes with that screwball. Just misses, gets her arm guard. Couple Team Mexico teammates. Tori Vidales, Mana Sanchez.
All right, here comes Jasmine Jackson. We talked to her a couple innings ago. She was upset that she was too aggressive against Wagner. What happens now? Takes a pitch called strike one. Jackson, her third at bat against Wagner. Including that pitch, she's only seen 3 pitches. Oh, and 2, and she's mad at herself.
Curveball up in the zone a little bit, but I'm also in this place where it's like you don't really want to just leave a strike and go 0-2. If you think it's good and you want to take a hack, take your hack.
I think there's a lot of people in the stands who may be surprised when we play the bottom of the 7th inning.
Yeah, that's a strike.
Wow. All right. New life for Jackson. She'll get another pitch. Here's the 1-2 from Wagner. So Daniel, just continuing that thought, I think there are people in the stands who are going to be surprised when we play this bottom of the 7th inning. I think there may actually be some players on Team Vidales who are going to be surprised when we play the bottom of this inning. Should they get another out right here, they'll win the game, but we'll still need to decide inning points. There it is. Jackson strikes out. Team Vidales is assured of winning the game. They'll all get 50 points, but we still have 7th inning points on the line. We still have 50 points to play for. A lot here remaining here in Rosemont. Jackson strikes out, but a chance for Team Piper to win some innings. We'll see what happens in a moment. Athletes Unlimited Softball is presented by Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com. Head to auprosports.com to get your Athletes Unlimited gear, and don't forget to follow on social at auprosports for exclusive inside content. All right, this is an interesting wrinkle to Athletes Unlimited Softball. Team Vidales has won the game. They know that everyone on their roster is going to get 50 points for winning the game. But we do not know who has won the 7th inning, the 6th, the 5th, the 4th, and the 3rd. We've got 50 rollover points for innings on the line right now. Because Team Piper scored a run in the top of the 7th, Team Vidales has a chance to match it. So Sis Bates leads things off. Can't hit it any softer, and she's going to get a base hit. Look at that. Sis Bates, how do you do? Leadoff single for the rookie from Washington.
Just a little Sis Bates special. The swinging bunt. Nothing you can do about this at all. Even trying to make an attempt at a throw, it's not happening. She was already way up the line.
It's like she swung at that with a rolled up soggy newspaper. So Bates is on at first. Let's see if she's frisky over there. Butcher Boy, McClenny right back to Ocasio, and the out is recorded. The 5th infielder, Alicia Ocasio, doing her magic. No one is more aggressive than she is in that pitcher's circle.
She could play any position on the field if she's not pitching, and it just goes to show how good of a defender she is. She knows right away. I mean, if she could have got the throw a little bit more money instead of taking Clifton off, they might have had an attempt to get McClenny, even though she does have a lot of speed up the line. But the importance of lead outs at this point are key. So getting that go-ahead run, or go-ahead out, excuse me, was big for Team Piper.
So Team Vidales, they only need 1 run. They don't need to get 2. If they get 1 run, they will have tied Team Piper, and they will officially have won this 7th inning and then thus the rollover innings. So they will get 50 points in inning wins should they just score one. They don't need to beat Team Piper here in the 7th inning. They just need to tie what Team Piper did. And a lot of options here. Victoria Hayward can handle the bat. She's also got some pop. You got Haley McClenny who can scoot on it first. Two and 0 to Hayward.
Victoria Hayward loves being in these pressure-filled situations. She was the first one to ever sign with Athletes Unlimited. So she knows this point system better than anybody. Knowing what's at stake to score one run will give everyone 50 points on top of the 50 win points. So they know the importance of trying to score a run here.
Into left field, sinking quickly. Bryant can't make the play. Look at McClenny go. On her way to third, and she's safe. Sierra Bryant gave it a great try, but it falls. A double for Hayward, and Team Vidales in business.
Haley McClenny has to read this ball in left field. Is Sierra Bryant going to make a catch? If so, I love that lead by Haley McClenny. She's far enough off the bag to get back to first if there is a catch, but also far enough to get herself to third base. You see Haley McClenny pointing at Victoria Hayward. Big moment here for the captain, Tori Vidales.
Fitting.
Who's going to be intentionally walked.
Oh my goodness, you intentionally walked Vidales to get to Bianca Stelli, who hit a grand slam yesterday.
I gotta nod my head and agree with that. I mean, Tori Vidales is one of the hottest hitters in this league. You just have to pray for a little double play ball, try to utilize your infield.
This is what Bianca Stelli did yesterday with the bases full.
Yeah, this was 260 feet, no big deal.
And one last adjustment to tell you about. We're going to have a pinch runner. The captain, Vidales, takes herself out at first base. It's going to be Britt Vonk. The reason that's important is if there's a force out at second base, you want a speedier person at least trying to get down the line and make things interesting. So Vonk's at first. You got Hayward on at second, and then you got McClenny on at third. The only base runner really that matters is McClenny. If she scores, this game's over, and all the inning points will go to Team Vidales. Infield has to come in. Every infielder in the plays at the plate. Called strike one to Bianca Stelli. I'm actually a little bit surprised at how deep the outfielders are playing. Two and one.
And these are like pressure-filled moments. Even though Team Piper isn't going to get the win, you still know the magnitude of those 50 points, and a bases loaded, one out feel for a pitcher.
Smoked! That'll end it! McClenny scores, and it's a win and all these inning points for Team Vidales. They sweep every single inning, and they win the ball game, so it's going to be a points bonanza for everyone on Team Vidales on a Monday night.
With Team Piper, they get the 50 points that were on the line in terms of inning points.
It's official, 50 inning points goes to Team Vidales. That goes on to the inning points they won for the first and the second. They get 70 inning points total, plus they get the 50 points for winning the ball game. That is 120 points before you even add up any stats for everyone on Team Vidales. So we will update the points leaderboard powered by Geico. We still have the MVPs, MVP 1, 2, and 3 to factor in. But as it is right now, this is what it looks like with one game remaining here in week 2.
Yeah, Team Vidales was fired up. Like, you just love how much it means, right? Like when you see the excitement in these young ladies and just all kind of huddling together. Even talking with Victoria Hayward earlier today, and she was just talking about how much energy she exudes in these games in comparison to at times when she was with Canada, because you're constantly trying to give to win those innings. And even hearing them talk about that, like, we're trying to win innings and we want to win the game, but if you can't execute and win an inning and be consistent, we're not going to be where we need to be. And I think it just takes you back to the ABCs of the game and the littlest things that are so important. Can't ever look past anything. It's just about winning pitches, getting quality outs. And to me, it was a Haley Wagner show. Couldn't have been more impressed with her performance today.
All right, what a performance by Haley Wagner. She joins us now. Haley, you've been one of my favorite players to watch for years now. You had it cooking today. Tell me about those 7 innings you threw in the circle today.
Honestly, I just went out there and I wanted to play softball and have fun out here today, and that's exactly what we did. This blue team this week has been such good vibes and so much fun to play with. We trust each other, and I just wanted to do my part out there.
Haley, what was working for you today in the circle?
We just really mixed speeds and mixed locations and sequences. I was really relying on my backdoor curve and a little bit of everything, honestly, and just being able to keep them on their toes.
Haley, every single week the battery can change and you can throw to a different catcher. How do you as a pitcher relay whatever it is you want if it's constantly changing behind the dish?
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to pitch to most of these catchers in my career, and every single week just being able to trust them and go after it and just trust our stuff. I really just rely on my catcher and make sure we're on the same page.
Haley, that was kind of an interesting way to end the ball game. Obviously, you're player executive council and you've been around for this a long time, but knowing you had won the game, yet having to go out and play the bottom of the 7th inning, was everyone in that dugout aware of what was happening?
We just knew we needed one run, and that's ultimately the ball game in any inning, whether there's points or not. Regular softball, it's push for one run and win every single inning, and that's what's so great about this league is every moment matters, every pitch matters, every hit matters.
Haley, is there anything that you learned from last season that you wanted to kind of better or figure out moving forward into season 2 of Athletes Unlimited?
These hitters can hit, and it's tough. Oh my gosh. Really just, you have to keep working, and they've seen me, these hitters saw me all last year. I faced some of these hitters for the past 7 years in the pro league, and they know my stuff. So it's just me trying to figure out and develop new pitches, new sequences, and trying to keep them off balance.
Haley, love watching you play, love watching the joy that you exude in that circle. Keep on keeping on.
So good.
Thank you.
Good.
Excellent ball game played here. We still have one remaining. Team Vidales, a 4-1 winner. They win every single inning. Just a tremendous performance here in their final game of the weekend. Let's take a look at the offensive moment of the game, brought to you by Bat Club USA.
And she just went down and got this, okay? This is an off-speed pitch. I think Piancastelli's knee almost hit the ground on this, and I still stand by Team Piper in walking Tori Vidales to get to Erica Piancastelli to kind of hope to get that double play to get them out, or else you were going to have to throw to 2 key hitters in Tori Vidales and Erica Piancastelli.
All right, we're going to step aside for just a moment. We'll come back with more final thoughts from Rosemont in a moment.
Remember, she's not going to beat you with power, so just stay on it. Go, take your shoulder to right center, and then let your hands fire through for that inside pitch.
Exceptional win for Team Vidales, a wall-to-wall win. They win every single inning, and they end the week in style. 4-1 victory over Team Piper. We're joined now by Aubrey Monroe, who was, she had her fingerprints all over this ball game. Excellent work defensively, as always, and also a solid line drive single in the 2nd inning and scored a run to help you guys win the 2nd inning. Hey, Aubrey, fun game to watch. I know you love pitchers' duels. You like being a part of a close game, playing that quality defense. really fun game to watch. Was it fun to play?
Absolutely. This one was quick. I just asked what the time was, and we have a lot of time till the next game. So it's fun to play quick softball, and you just feeling like you get lost in the time. So tonight was just a lot of fun. It was quick. Haley Wagner did an amazing job. It was really fun to compete with her tonight.
I was going to ask, because I did ask this to Haley, but with it sometimes constantly changing every weekend where you have to get to know a new pitcher, what do you do in order to get on the same page as far as what they like to throw? How do you make that work?
Yeah, I think for the battery, that's the toughest part of this league, is getting comfortable with people and having time with people. I've had some time with Haley in the past, so that definitely helps. But just trying to get, I think the best part about that is that it just comes down to competing and competing every single pitch. And just my job is to get them to compete with me every single pitch so I can get them to attack the zone and attack hitters.
Aubrey, is there anything kind of last year that you wanted to work on, or something that you figured out last year to take into season 2 that really kind of helped you?
Yeah, I mean, I think just understanding what the system is and how I kind of fit in that with my style of play, and just trying to be the best teammate I can be, and when my opportunity comes, I want to take advantage of it. Last year was a really good challenge for me that actually challenged me in the best way going towards the Olympics, so I'm grateful for my experience last year, and then coming into this year just trying to, barrel up some balls, feel good in the box, and just do what I can for my team behind the plate.
130 points for you because of that single and the run scored you had in the second inning and all those inning and win points. I want to ask you about someone who you got a hit off of, a good friend of yours, college teammate Alicia Ocasio. She's so much fun to watch. Obviously, she got the loss today, but what makes her so difficult to hit against?
Lily just has a lot of tools, and you never know what you're going to get with her. One day it's going to be the off speed, one day it's going to be the drop, one day it's going to be the rise ball that's just carving everybody up, and you just never know with her. She's just a total, honestly, she's a freak of an athlete. She's so talented, and she's always been like that. So, I have faced her many times in scrimmages at Florida and then back here, and so she's fun to compete against because she's so fierce in the circle, and she comes after everybody.
Aubrey, enjoy the win and enjoy the couple of days off. We look forward to watching you next weekend.
Thank you guys so much. Have a good night.
That is Aubrey Monroe, one of the best catchers in the world today, and had a really good weekend playing for Team Vidales. Final thoughts on what we saw, Danielle Laurie?
Yeah, it was a good little pitcher's duel in my eyes, and anytime you got a pitcher's duel, I'm in up here in the booth. I love that there's been a little adjustment in some points, seeing Haley McClinney up top, but I'm stoked for this second game and see what tomorrow's going to be like in that draft.
Yeah, we got one more. Game 2 of the doubleheader coming up later tonight, 10 Eastern time over on CBS Sports Network. It's going to be Team Osterman taking on Team Jaquish. For Danielle Laurie, I'm Eric Collins saying so long until then.